Welcome all to Thinking on the Loo. Right, are we sitting comfortably? Let's get them thoughts going. Let's get them thoughts, juices flowing. We're going off to Mars in today's thoughts. Off to Mars, life on Mars. And welcome to Thinking on the Loo, where we ponder those thoughts that you're thinking about in that quiet time you have in your restroom. Where you think about things in just whatever comes into your mind. I like to think about certain things. This one is life on Mars. Ponder those questions. Try and come up with some sort of answers in my head during this quiet time of peace. Peace. Well, apart from dogs are barking downstairs, but yeah, let's carry on. Dogs barking, no issue. Still barking. So, life on Mars. Does it exist? Did it exist? That's the questions that ponder in my head. Especially because I'd like to believe that our solar system isn't just some accident. You know, that there was life, or is life, on Mars. Otherwise, we believe that, yes, we're in this Goldilocks zone. Goldilocks is the story of three bears, three porridges, all that sort of stuff. Porridge is very good for you, especially if you want peaceful, pleasant times in your restroom. Let's continue. Yeah, so otherwise we're just a happy accident here on Earth. And I'm not sure I wish or want to believe that or find it even credible that that's even true. So obviously the last few years and stuff, there's been more and more research, more and more done, more and more missions to Mars where we've seen and things have been disclosed about they might have found evidence of liquid water, sometimes even pasteurizations, although that's not confirmed. There are some videos about that. Hopefully one day that becomes true and we find there is archaeological evidence for life that was there before. Yeah, and it could have had, sometime long ago, an atmosphere. Maybe even plants, life. Who knows what it might have been on Mars. There are talks and videos and information that it might well have had an atmosphere at some point in the very, very distant past. And that would certainly make more sense to me. That at some point there wasn't just one planet with sustainable life or that could have had life on it. A scary thought that is Mars not only our past we can look at, but is that going to be our future? Are we heading towards the same fate as Mars if we don't do something? Could we be the next lifeless planet in the solar system? Obviously, I hope that's not true. And hopefully in coming years, hopefully I'll see that, maybe. When, is it SpaceX or wherever they are, or whatever place, might get to Mars and might prove some of those theories, that they might find microbial life, or there was life, or maybe they prove that the face of Mars was actually true. I know that's actually quite debunked at some point, but was that true? Was the film Mission to Mars in some way factual? Could that have been that way? Are we indeed Martians? Not talk about little green men there now, but, and obviously if we were Martians, if we were there before and we somehow came here, then we're not called Martians because we called Mars Mars, so we're not Martians. Now we're going way off tangent. This is way off. But is it possible? Were we seeded? Is the story of ancient aliens true? I want to explore all this in these videos I'm going to do. This is going to be a series of videos we're going to do, where we're going to think about and talk about, very briefly, very, very black and white you could say, about certain thoughts of our solar system, about what I'm thinking up, when I look up or I imagine these thoughts at these times, when I have these quiet times. If we all need these quiet times daily, you need it daily. I must remind you of that. If you're not in here daily, perhaps go and get that checked out or increase your fibre. Very important to increase your fibre if you want to be here daily. I love being here daily so I can have these thoughts and lose myself and ponder away about things like life on Mars. I truly believe there possibly was. I don't know when, whether that was 1,000,000 years ago, whether it was a few 100,000 years ago, whether it was billions of years ago. Who knows? Or maybe it never was at all. Maybe this solar system is fairly pointless. But I don't want to believe that. I don't choose to believe that. If I'm going to talk about later videos, I'm going to go into creation and all that sort of stuff. If I'm to believe in that then this certainly is just an accident that was just created and it's just pointless. It's almost ridiculous. I'm not sure I believe that. In the next video to this series, we're going to go to our other neighbour, to Venus. We're going to think about Venus in the next video in the restroom, thinking on the loo. So all that remains now is to flush, say goodbye, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, enjoyed my thoughts, and I'll see you next time in the restroom for thinking on the loo. If you want to like and subscribe at this point, that'd be great. There should be a video on the end screen very soon if you want to carry on your restroom experience, and if not, I'll still see you next time. See you later. Bye bye.